So what we have here is the NanoLeaf Matter bulb with a B22 cap. Obviously here in the UK B22 is quite popular, and we're going to use the Matter protocol to get it into the Aqara app. So I'm not using the NanoLeaf app at all. Now my intention here is to put it in this cupboard. I'm sure everybody has one like this where everything gets chucked in, coats and bags and shoes and things. And what I want out of this is to be able to have a door and window sensor that's placed on there, so that when the door opens the light comes on automatically, when the door closes the light will go off. So what we're going to do, a little bit unconventional because it's not already in there, I'm going to click the plus in the top right of the Aqara app and add accessory, and then I'm going to click Matter, and then we'll just click yes. You can click here to don't show the message again if you know what to do. So we'll click yes, and we're going to scan the Matter code. Then while that's connecting, I'm going to quickly come up here, put the light in there, and I'm going to turn the light on. And if this doesn't flash, what we're going to do is we're going to go off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, one more time, off and on. And there we go, it flashes, so that has reset. Now we're going to click continue on here, and it's not already in use, so we're going to click no, it's a new device, and we're going to click the Aqara Hub M3 to connect it to the Aqara Hub, and we're going to add to Aqara Home. As you can see, it's setting up. So, sorry about that guys, I didn't realise the video had cut off for some reason with my microphone, but now that it's come back on, basically it said at the bottom that it was setting up. After that it came up and it allowed us to rename it and place it in a certain room. So as you can see, it's in the hallway and I renamed it Hallway Cupboard Light. So this is the next step that you will come to. So we'll click next, and here obviously you've got light. You can rename that how you want, and you can change the icon if you wish. I'm just going to change it to that for now. And you've got different style of boards, so we'll click done. Oh, we'll do that later. So here we have the light on in here. As you can see in the Aqara app, we can turn it off and we can turn it back on again. As you can see, it's quite quick. We can make it dimmer. We can make it, we can make it brighter again. Apparently my phone doesn't like my fingers today. And we can also change the colour. So look, you've got green, blue, what have you here. You've got colour temperature, so we can make it cool white. I quite like the cool white in there. So if we go on to settings here, you can see you've got your device card, you've got search for device, so if I click that it will actually flash it so you know which one it is. You've got power off memory settings here, so you've got these 4 options you can read through. And if we go back again, you've got third-party Matter ecosystems, so you can obviously add it to your other ecosystems that you've got running. You have your network information, your device diagnostics and related items of the device. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back, and again I'm going to click add and add accessory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this door and window sensor that I've got here. So I'm going to click this button on the side. So after 5 seconds that blinks, and we're going to find it down here. So we're going to go to sensor, and we're going to go to door and window sensor, and I believe it's the original one on this door. So we're going to click there. And we're going to add it to the M3.
Please add accessory.
So because it's taking so long, I'm just going to do this for 5 seconds again.
Accessory added successfully.
There we go. So because I've had this in before, it remembers the previous name that I had. So we're just going to rename this hallway cupboard door sensor. So we'll click OK on there, and it's added it to the living room because the M3 that I added it to is in the living room, but we want to change this to the hallway, so we'll do that here and we'll click next. Excuse me, the icon is here, and use door and window sensor, so we're going to change that to door because it's going to be used for the cupboard door, and then we'll click done, and there we are. So here you can see that if I open the door now, that goes to opened, and if I close the door, it goes to closed. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to the three dots, and I'm going to go to configure automations. So we're going to go to add, and if the hallway cupboard door sensor is open, then, and we're going to search for that light that we just added. So it will be hallway cupboard light. We're going to go down to turn on, and we're going to save that, and we're going to add another, and if the hallway sensor is closed, then we're going to find our hallway cupboard light again. Again, if you want to see all of the options that you have available here for what to do, there is a lot of options, and we're going to turn off. So we'll click save, and we'll click OK, and then we'll come back out of here. And what I'm going to do is, before I open the door, I'm going to go back onto that light so you can see the status once it's closed, just to have a visual representation of what's going on. So we'll go into the hallway cupboard light here. When it's blue, it's on, and when it's black, it's off. So if we now close this cupboard door, you can see the light goes off, and if we open the cupboard door, the light comes on for you. So no more having to scrabble around in the dark for the switch. You can obviously set this up. It's an excellent automation, and it also means that if you forget to turn the light off, it doesn't matter, because as soon as you close the door, that light goes off. So it could be very good for energy saving, save you a little bit of money on your energy bill, and that's just another automation that you can do through Matter with the Aqara Home app.